Today we're going to be making a fun silicone mold, so let's jump in and get started. For the bottom of my mold, I am using transfer tape. I got this transfer tape off Amazon and I do not recommend it, and you'll see why a little bit later in the video. We're going to be making a mold of these cute resin charms. So I'm just taking those, putting them right on top of the transfer tape. And this is my adjustable mold housing. I got it from Let's Resin's website. Discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount. It comes with multiple little white pieces and binder clips, and you can make it as small or as large as you want. I used all the binder clips that came in the pack, and this is the size that I ended up with. I decided I wanted to move the little resin charms a little bit because they were too close to the perimeter of the mold. You want to make sure there's about an eighth of an inch around the item that you're molding. You don't want your mold too thin. So I just moved those resin charms. I'm adding hot glue all around the perimeter of my mold housing here. And now we're going to mix up our silicone rubber. Silicone rubber is just like epoxy. It's got a part A and a part B, but it is a 1-to-1 ratio by weight. So you need a digital scale for this. I'm pouring in my part B first. I was working on a few different projects when I was making this mold, so I poured in 12 ounces of my part B, and now I'm going to pour in 12 ounces of my part A. It's equal parts A and B by weight. And when I get towards the end of measuring my silicone rubber, I pour really slowly. This video is sped up because you don't want to over pour it. You want to make sure it's right on the nose, equal parts A and B. And now we're going to mix this up for 5 minutes. And when you mix your silicone rubber, you want to mix thoroughly. Scrape the bottom of the cup, scrape the sides of the cup, scrape off your stir stick. Really incorporate those parts A and B together. And you can color your silicone rubber with mica powder. I'm going to be using this color from this mica set from Let's Resin's website. I also got my silicone rubber from Let's Resin. Discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount. I added this much of the mica powder in. I would say it was about a teaspoon in 24 ounces of the silicone rubber. Give that a good mix so that mica powder is really incorporated into that silicone rubber. And after we mix that up, I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on top of my resin charms. I like to do this because there was a lot of details on these. So if you do it this way, you're going to ensure that the silicone rubber completely covering those fine details on the item that you're molding. For example, like if I just started pouring this right on top of these like this without going in with a little bit of a light coating, it could create some air pockets and air bubbles. So if you're molding something like this with a lot of details, just go over it, give it a nice thin coat of your silicone rubber, and then fill up your mold housing. And that's it. I let it cure overnight, but as you can see, I sprung a leak. This was the next day when I went to check on it, and you can see quite a bit leaked out, and that is because this transfer tape that I used is not very sticky. So the mold housing didn't have a good seal on top of that transfer tape. So I do not recommend this transfer tape. It's just an off-brand type of transfer tape I picked up. It was inexpensive, so you get what you pay for. Typically, when I make molds, I take several pieces of packing tape and overlap them on top of each other to make a border. I recommend doing it that way and not doing the transfer tape method because, as you can see, quite a bit of the silicone rubber leaked out. And that was because I didn't use a good transfer tape. So lesson learned on that one. But the good thing with silicone rubber, it will peel right off. Like this peeled right off my tabletop. So no big deal. And you can cut the silicone up and reuse it in other molds or to make a picky pad. You can cut it up with scissors into really fine pieces and use it as filler. Check out my previous tutorial to see step by step how to make a picky pad. That's another fun project you can make with silicone rubber. So I ended up having to mix up more silicone rubber, and I'm going to use this gorgeous orchid color. This color also comes in the set of mica powder from Let's Resin. This is probably my favorite color in the set. It's like a purple blue color shifting pigment. So gorgeous. I'm just going to mix that up really well and then pour a little bit right on top of that gray silicone that we poured the previous day. And silicone rubber will bond to silicone rubber. So if you have a leak, don't worry, you can always add another layer the next day. I'm just going to finish pouring this right on top of the layer we did the previous day and let it cure overnight. Silicone rubber takes about 24 hours to cure, so you can demold it. This is the next day. You can see that leaked silicone rubber is just going to peel right off my table. Anything that stuck to it peels right off too, so no worries. But it is a little bit of a bummer, when you go and you see something like that, but you can always fix it, so don't worry. And this popped right out of my mold housing, and I'm pulling that transfer tape off the bottom. I was honestly a little worried that these resin charms were going to float, but they did not. So that was good because I saw that that transfer tape was not sticky. So I was like, oh no, did the little resin charms not stick as well? But it ended up working out fine. A little bit of silicone leaked under them, but it wasn't a ton. So it ended up working out just fine. I'm just going to take the little cuticle trimmer and trim up around the resin charm. And this cuticle trimmer comes with the kit of silicone rubber that I used from Let's Resin. Discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount on their website. I used the 0A hardness silicone rubber kit, and it's actually on sale right now. So I will link it down below in the description box so you can go check that out. I'm just going to trim around the perimeter of the mold. And trimming molds is one of those oddly satisfying things. It's so fun to do. I love trimming the perimeter of molds. And I really liked the layers of color on this mold too. This was a really fun project to do, and you can see the mold worked out perfectly. All the details from the resin charm transferred to the mold, the eyes, the nose, even the whiskers. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but they're there inside the mold. So when you go to pour this, all those details will transfer to your resin creations that you make inside this mold. And keep in mind, whenever you're making silicone molds, you want to make sure the item that you're molding doesn't have any imperfections or fingerprints or small scratches, because all of those imperfections or fingerprints will transfer to your resin mold. I'm going to go in with some of these cuticle nippers and just trim up a little bit around the inside cavity of the molds here. And that's really it. It's super simple and easy to make your own molds. I hope you guys give mold making a try. It's a lot of fun, and you can make a lot of really fun molds out of silicone rubber. And definitely check out Let's Resin. I got all the supplies I used in today's video from Let's Resin. Discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount on their website. Let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comments. And I'll link all the materials I use down below in the description box. And definitely go check out a few more of my other videos. I have a lot of mold making tutorials on my YouTube channel, Naptime Creations. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video. Bye, guys.